Using food coloring to make ground beef appear fresher is A. Not allowed by the CDC. B. Not allowed by the regulatory authority. C. Allowed with a retail food license. D. Allowed if a HACCP plan is in place. The correct answer is B. Not allowed by the regulatory authority. Freezing food keeps it safe because freezing A. Allows food to be stored for several years. B. Destroys chemical contaminants in food. C. Provides an easy way to transport raw food. D. Slows the growth of pathogens in food. The correct answer is D. Slows the growth of pathogens in food. Later in the shift, a food handler complains about a sore throat and fever. What should the manager do with the food that the food handler prepared earlier in the day? A. Serve it. B. Throw it out. C. Freeze it. D. Donate it. The correct answer is B. Throw it out. Fresh fruits and vegetables must be washed. A. After being cut. B. Before being cut. C. In sanitizing solution. D. If they are organic. The correct answer is B. Before being cut. Food that has not been honestly presented must be A. Thrown out. B. Relabeled. C. Repurposed. D. Frozen. The correct answer is A. Thrown out. What agency is responsible for inspecting meat, poultry, egg, fruits, and vegetables that are shipped across state lines? A. FDA. B. USDA. C. CDC. D. NSF. The correct answer is B. USDA. Food handler may wear fingernail polish or artificial nails if they A. Wash hands frequently. B. Wear intact gloves in good repair. C. Clean and trim nails daily. D. Work with ready-to-eat food only. The correct answer is B. Wear intact gloves in good repair. Tabletop food service equipment on legs should have a space between the base of the equipment and the tabletop of at least A. 2 in. B. 3 in. C. 4 in. D. 8 in. The correct answer is C. 4 in. One of the major food allergens is A. Latex. B. Tomatoes. C. Soybeans. D. Corn oil. The correct answer is C. Soybeans. Floor coving is used to A. Reduce sharp corners on hard-to-clean floors. B. Eliminate the risk of slips and falls. C. Increase the resiliency of hard surface flooring. D. Improve noise reduction capabilities. The correct answer is A. Reduce sharp corners on hard-to-clean floors. Tuna salad in a cooler must be held at or below an internal temperature of A. 32 degrees Fahrenheit. B. 41 degrees Fahrenheit. C. 45 degrees Fahrenheit. D. 70 degrees Fahrenheit. The correct answer is B. 41 degrees Fahrenheit. Which is a TCS food? A. Packets of mayonnaise. B. Alfalfa sprouts. C. Canned tomatoes. D. Iced tea. The correct answer is B. Alfalfa sprouts. To which minimum internal temperature should gravy be reheated in a microwave? A. 70 degrees Fahrenheit. B. 135 degrees Fahrenheit. C. 165 degrees Fahrenheit. D. 180 degrees Fahrenheit. The correct answer is C. 165 degrees Fahrenheit. Which is most likely to be contaminated with the virus that caused hepatitis A? A. Cooked long grain rice. B. Garlic mashed potatoes. C. Rare cooked hamburger. D. Raw oysters on the half shell. The correct answer is D. Raw oysters on the half shell. Game animals received for sale in an operation should be A. Purchased before being field dressed. B. Free from parasites such as fleas and ticks. C. Legally hunted while in season. D. Commercially raised for food. The correct answer is D. Commercially raised for food. Ready-to-eat food should be thrown out if it has been A. Stored in the cooler for 3 days. B. In the temperature danger zone for 2 hours. C. Hot held at a temperature of 135 degrees Fahrenheit. D. Handled by sick food handlers who are later excluded. The correct answer is D. Handled by sick food handlers who are later excluded. The temperature of vegetable beef soup held on a steam table is checked and recorded in a log every 2 hours. When the temperature falls below 135 F, the cook tells the manager and then reheats the soup to 165 degrees Fahrenheit for 15 seconds. What was the corrective action taken? A. Checking the soup's temperature every 2 hours. B. Recording the soup's temperature in a log. C. Telling the manager that the soup's temperature had fallen below 135 degrees Fahrenheit. D. Reheating the soup to 165 degrees Fahrenheit for 15 seconds. The correct answer is D. Reheating the soup to 165 degrees Fahrenheit for 15 seconds. Food contamination is most likely to happen when food handlers A. Chew tobacco. B. Conduct training. C. Talk to other food handlers. D. Listen to the radio. The correct answer is A. Chew tobacco. During on-the-job training, a manager discovers that a food handler is handling raw and then cooked poultry without changing gloves. What should the manager do? A. Direct the food handler to put on a new pair of gloves and finish preparing the poultry. B. Discipline the food handler immediately and stop the service of poultry for the day. C. Stop the preparation of poultry until all the food prep surfaces can be cleaned. D. Throw out the cooked poultry and reinforce correct food handling. The correct answer is D. Throw out the cooked poultry and reinforce correct food handling. Which food was correctly cooled? A. A large pot of soup that was divided into smaller pans and cooled at room temperature for 8 hours. B. Beans that did not cool to 70 degrees Fahrenheit within 2 hours, but were reheated to 145 degrees Fahrenheit for 15 seconds within 2 hours and then cooled correctly. C. Cooked poultry that cooled from 135 degrees Fahrenheit to 70 F within 2 hours and from 70 degrees Fahrenheit to 41 degrees Fahrenheit within an additional 4 hours. D. A roast that cooled from 135 degrees Fahrenheit to 70 F within 4 hours and from 70 degrees Fahrenheit to 41 degrees Fahrenheit within an additional 6 hours. The correct answer is C. Cooked poultry that cooled from 135 degrees Fahrenheit to 70 F within 2 hours, and from 70 degrees Fahrenheit to 41 degrees Fahrenheit within an additional 4 hours. Previously cooked food that was hot held for service must be reheated to which minimum internal temperature for at least 15 seconds? A. 125 degrees Fahrenheit. B. 135 degrees Fahrenheit. C. 155 degrees Fahrenheit. D. 165 degrees Fahrenheit. The correct answer is D. 165 degrees Fahrenheit. Cooked vegetables should be A. Held at room temperature. B. Held at 135 degrees Fahrenheit or higher. C. Cooked at 125 degrees Fahrenheit or higher if they are to be held for later service. D. Blanched in boiling water before serving. The correct answer is B. Held at 135 degrees Fahrenheit or higher. Food handlers were told about a special preparation requested by a customer with a food allergy. However, a small amount of the restricted food came in contact with the meal. Which action should be taken? A. Remove the portion that came in contact with the restricted food. B. Serve the meal because only a small amount of food was affected. C. Set the dish aside so that it will not be served and then inform management. D. Place the dish under a heat lamp before serving to kill the allergens. The correct answer is C. Set the dish aside so that it will not be served and then inform management. Which item is a food handler permitted to wear on hands and arms? A. Medical alert bracelet. B. Gold and diamond ring. C. Short, unpolished artificial fingernails. D. Plain metal band ring. The correct answer is D. Plain metal band ring. What is the minimum internal cooking temperature for raw eggs prepared for immediate service? A. 135 degrees Fahrenheit. B. 145 degrees Fahrenheit. C. 155 degrees Fahrenheit. D. 165 degrees Fahrenheit. The correct answer is B. 145 degrees Fahrenheit. Fresh beef must be received at or below A. 32 degrees Fahrenheit. B. 41 degrees Fahrenheit. C. 45 degrees Fahrenheit. D. 50 degrees Fahrenheit. The correct answer is B. 41 degrees Fahrenheit. An operation must obtain a variance from the regulatory authority before A. Packaging food for takeout customers. B. Shipping from between states. C. Smoking food for flavor enhancement. D. Curing food. The correct answer is D. Curing food. The cook puts refrigerated lasagna into the steam table at 9 a.m. for service at noon. This practice is incorrect because the A. Steam table is to be used for holding correctly heated food. B. Food should be cooked to at least 120 degrees Fahrenheit before being put into the steam table. C. Lasagna will burn if left for 3 hours in the steam table. D. Temperature of the food was not taken before being put into the steam table. The correct answer is A. Steam table is to be used for holding correctly heated food. Food handlers should be excluded from the prep area when they are experiencing which symptom? A. Vertigo. B. Vomiting. C. Warts. D. Nausea. The correct answer is B. Vomiting. The first step in a HACCP plan is to A. Develop monitoring procedures. B. Establish critical control points. C. Determine critical limits. D. Identify hazards. The correct answer is D. Identify hazards. Shucked shellfish can be removed from their original container for display when the shell stock tag is retained for how many days? A. 30. B. 90. C. 60. D. 120. The correct answer is B. 90. Which type of contaminant is a bone in a fish fillet? A. Chemical. B. Physical. C. Conventional. D. Biological. The correct answer is B. Physical. Which item can be reserved to customers? A. Uncovered condiments. B. Unopened prepackaged food. C. Uneaten bread. D. Uneaten garnish. The correct answer is B. Unopened prepackaged food. The minimum water temperature when sanitizing utensils using hot water is A. 171 degrees Fahrenheit. B. 110 degrees Fahrenheit. C. 165 degrees Fahrenheit. D. 150 degrees Fahrenheit. The correct answer is A. 171F. When prepping food, it is acceptable for food handlers to wear A. Bracelets. B. Open-toe shoes. C. Hats. D. Shorts. The correct answer is C. Hats. The water temperature in the wash sink of a 3-compartment sink must be at least A. 110 degrees Fahrenheit. B. 125 degrees Fahrenheit. C. 150 degrees Fahrenheit. D. 165 degrees Fahrenheit. The correct answer is A. 110 degrees Fahrenheit. The agency responsible for inspecting operations that ship food to other states is the A. FDA. B. NSF. C. CDC. D. EPA. The correct answer is A. FDA. When raw sewage backs up onto the floor of the kitchen, the operation must A. Section off the area where waste has spilled and continue service. B. Immediately close the operation, correct the problem, and thoroughly clean the facility. C. Notify the water department and close the restrooms until corrections are made. D. Correct the problem by the end of the shift and hire a professional to clean the waste. The correct answer is B. Immediately close the operation, correct the problem, and thoroughly clean the facility. What should a cook do when prepping foods such as Caesar salad dressing or mayonnaise for highly susceptible populations? A. Clean all equipment used to prepare eggs. B. Substitute pasteurized eggs for raw eggs. C. Thoroughly clean the eggshells. D. Leave food on the counter until it is ready to be mixed. The correct answer is B. Substitute pasteurized eggs for raw eggs. The ambient air thermometer in a walk-in cooler must be located A. In the coolest part of the unit. B. In the warmest part of the unit. C. Near the center of the unit. D. Neath the compressor of the unit. The correct answer is B. In the warmest part of the unit. Staff exposure to hepatitis A must be reported to regulatory authorities within how many days? A. 30. B. 60. C. 90. D. 120. The correct answer is A. 30. Fruits and vegetables that are cooked for hot holding must be cooked to a minimum internal temperature of A. 135 degrees Fahrenheit. B. 140 degrees Fahrenheit. C. 145 degrees Fahrenheit. D. 150 degrees Fahrenheit. The correct answer is A. 135 degrees Fahrenheit. When the water supply has been disrupted due to a natural disaster, an acceptable alternative is A. Buying commercially bottled drinking water. B. Sanitizing water with a 50-50 mixture of bleach. C. Securing water from a private well tested every 2 years. D. Using clean water from the air conditioning system. The correct answer is A. Buying commercially bottled drinking water. What food item can be reserved to customers? A. Oysters purchased from a local fishing dock. B. Crackers in an unopened original packaging. C. Ready-to-eat food in a swollen package. D. Previously served, unwrapped sandwiches. The correct answer is B. Crackers in an unopened original packaging. The risk of foodborne illness caused by parasites can be reduced by A. Purchasing fish and produce from an approved supplier. B. Throwing out all dented cans or cans without labels. C. Adding acid to food to kill the parasites. D. Establishing an integrated pest management program. The correct answer is A. Purchasing fish and produce from an approved supplier. An operation is serving oysters on the half shell. The operation must provide consumers with A. Disclosure of raw ingredients. B. Caloric value of ingredients. C. Detailed description of ingredients. D. Sodium content of ingredients. The correct answer is A. Disclosure of raw ingredients. Recommendations for food service regulations are issued at the federal level through the A. State Health Code. B. FDA Food Code. C. HACCP Guidelines. D. OSHA Standards. The correct answer is A. State Health Code. A food handler should be excluded from the operation if he or she is diagnosed with A. Diabetes mellitus. B. Hepatitis A. C. A sore throat. D. A high-risk pregnancy. The correct answer is B. Hepatitis A. The manager must notify the regulatory authority if an employee comes to work with an illness caused by A. Influenza type A. B. Listeria monocytogenes. C. Shigella spp. D. Staphylococcus aureus. The correct answer is C. Shigella SPP. A hand washing sink shall be equipped to provide hot water at a temperature of A. 165 degrees Fahrenheit, B. 90 degrees Fahrenheit, C. 120 degrees Fahrenheit, D. 100 degrees Fahrenheit. The correct answer is D. 100 degrees Fahrenheit. An operation that serves raw oysters on the half shell can best ensure safety by A. Purchasing oysters from the nearest dealer, B. Refrigerating the oysters after receiving them, C. Purchasing oysters from an approved supplier, D. Rinsing the oysters in warm water. The correct answer is C. Purchasing oysters from an approved supplier. Which food item can be received at a temperature of 45 F or lower? A. Fresh fish, B. Fresh poultry, C. Shell egg, D. Frozen cod fillets. The correct answer is C. Shell egg. Equipment approved for use in the prep area should have a seal of approval from which of the following? A. FDA, B. USDA, C. NSF, D. HACCP. The correct answer is C. NSF. Floor-mounted equipment that is not easily movable must be mounted at least how far off of the floor? A. 2 in, B. 4 in, C. 6 in, D. 8 in. The correct answer is C. 6 in. When should food handlers use hand antiseptics? A. Instead of washing hands, B. Before washing hands, C. After washing hands, D. After putting on gloves. The correct answer is C. After washing hands. Chemical that can only be used by licensed pest control operators are considered A. Single-use liquids, B. Household strength insecticides, C. Non-toxic insect sprays, D. Restricted use pesticides. The correct answer is D. Restricted use pesticides. A TCS type of food that is cooked, cooled, and then reheated for hot holding must be reheated so that all parts of the food reach a temperature of 165 F for how many seconds? A. 15, B. 10, C. 45, D. 20. The correct answer is A. 15. When prepping food, a food handler should not wear which item? A. An apron, B. A hair restraint, C. A medical alert bracelet, D. Single-use gloves. The correct answer is C. A medical alert bracelet. Single service items must be received. A. In undamaged original packaging. B. On separate delivery trucks from those carrying food. C. Separate from food items. D. If minor damage is apparent on the packaging. The correct answer is A. In undamaged original packaging. A food handler would use an infrared thermometer to measure the temperature of which piece of equipment? A. Broiler, B. Deep fryer, C. Flat grill, D. Oven. The correct answer is C. Flat grill. After cooking TCS food in the microwave to a minimum internal temperature of 165 F for 15 seconds, which step should be taken next? A. Allow food to stand covered for 2 minutes after cooking to obtain an even temperature. B. Remove food from the microwave and allow it to stand uncovered for 3 minutes to obtain an even temperature. C. Serve food immediately after removal from the microwave to maintain its temperature. D. Place food in a serving container immediately after removal from the microwave to maintain its temperature. The correct answer is A. Allow food to stand covered for 2 minutes after cooking to obtain an even temperature. Which would require single-use gloves? A. Bussing tables and buffet line. B. Handling ready-to-eat foods. C. Mixing sanitizer solution in sink. D. Washing whole fruits and vegetables. The correct answer is B. Handling ready-to-eat foods. A server uses a copper pitcher to serve margaritas, and several guests get sick. The most likely cause of the illness is that the A. Mixture of fruit and alcohol caused the guests to become intoxicated and have severe headaches. B. Acidity of the beverage caused the copper to leach, resulting in chemical contamination. C. Server failed to provide food as an alternative to reduce the effects of the alcohol. D. Fruit and copper caused a biological reaction, resulting in pathogenic illness. The correct answer is D. Fruit and copper caused a biological reaction, resulting in pathogenic illness.